50 years later, the global human population had dwindled to less than 10%. Creatures known as Aragami appeared across the world. The remaining humans, seeking refuge from the Aragami, retreated into shelters called Fenrir. It wasn't until the Biotech Corporation utilized Aragami cells to develop a biological weapon known as the God Arc and implanted those cells into human bodies that humanity gained the power to fight back. These humans were called God Eaters. The primary requirement to become a God Eater was compatibility with Aragami cells. Jack was discovered to be the first new type God Eater candidate. When Aragami cells were implanted into Jack's body, he only said one thing. And the reason he said it was because of a tragic past he carried. Every God Eater wears a restraint device on their right arm. Clearly, Jack's implantation was a success. Shortly after Jack joined the unit, an Aragami breach occurred. Instructor Misa ordered the second unit to deploy and eliminate the invading Aragami. Jack was about to follow the team into battle when Misa pulled him back. She said he was still just a recruit. He wasn't qualified to enter the battlefield yet. Misa commanded him and another recruit, Kota, to train in the simulation room. The simulated training reproduced the battlefield at a 1:1 scale. Wielding a wooden greatsword, Jack sent an Aragami flying with a single strike. Right from the start of training, Jack displayed exceptional talent, but Kota froze in fear at the sight of the simulated Aragami. Jack rushed to save him, only to be ambushed and killed by another Aragami. Lack of vigilance was Jack's greatest weakness. The training session ended there. As Jack stepped out of the simulator, he saw injured personnel returning. Though God Eaters were significantly enhanced, they were still only human. Seeing the wounded before him, Jack knew he had to train even harder. He went to find Misa. He wanted to continue training to improve his strength. Through repeated training sessions, Jack's abilities steadily grew. Every God Eater possessed their own God Arc, and Jack's was the greatsword before him. Looking at the weapon, Jack's resolve to defeat the Aragami burned even stronger. On his way back, Jack ran into a panicked Hibari. The shelter's perimeter wall had been breached. Thousands of Aragami had flooded in, devouring humans. Hearing this, Jack immediately requested to join the battle, but Misa reprimanded him, saying recruits would only die out there. Yet when Jack remembered his former home, destroyed by the Aragami, he could no longer contain the rage inside. He sprinted straight toward the God Arc storage. Jack activated his God Arc. This was no simulation anymore. With time running out, Jack blasted an opening in the barricade. Misa tried to stop him, but it was too late. Crimson patterns spread from his wrist up his arm, propelling himself forward. Jack arrived at the district, and was stunned by the scene before him. Not far away, a God Eater was desperately holding the line. Suddenly, an Aragami leaped behind the fighter and sent them flying. Jack rushed to help, but lacking real combat experience, his God Arc was knocked from his grip by a shockwave from the Aragami. As Jack tried to retrieve it, he found himself surrounded by multiple Aragami. His comrade yelled at Jack to forget about him and run. But how could Jack just watch a fellow soldier die? He grabbed a wooden pole and hurled it at the Aragami. One Aragami seized the pole in its jaws and flung Jack aside, only for another Aragami to chase after him. Just as its jaws were about to close on him, a mysterious man descended from above. With a single move, he obliterated the Aragami.